Hey guys, so I'm a day late to this reveal trailer. I have seen one or two things possibly online, but I've been trying my best not to look at them too much, and I'm now going to go through and have a look at the official reveal trailer for the new Sims 4 expansion pack Adventure Awaits. I have muted it because I don't want to get copyrighted by the music, but let's just dive in and see. Also, canoeing is a thing. Wow. Okay, we'll go back. Okay, there is so much on the screen right now. Oh, a lookout tower! Oh, geyser. Okay. So it is called Adventure Away, so that was the leak. Slides into pools! How long has that been? Imaginary friends confirmed. Okay. Okay, the canoes are sitting on the side as well. Schedule a getaway. Okay, so that's the new vacation? Wow, okay, this looks really nice. It's like, wait, camp? Wait, can we go with the kids to do? That was like Pokemon on the screen. Ooh, turn into imaginary friend. Okay, so how does that work then? Is that going to work like The Sims 3? Oh, what? Oh my god, that is so cool. No, and they can use it all? No way, rock, paper, scissors. I have to get rid of that mod now. It's in the game. This is very hide and seek. Oh my god, that is so cool. Okay. I feel like this is a bit. I'm with him. Like, what? How are they allowing the kids to do archery by themselves? Happy camp. Oh, and you can become a camp director? What? Oh my god. Oh, cool. The little like flowers. Oh my god, that would be my worst nightmare. I literally couldn't deal. Yeah, I'd do the same thing, girl. I'd be out of there, I tell you now. Ooh. Competitive. Okay, what does that mean? Like, is that a new sort of system? Weights? Okay. Free weights. Rise. They've actually added them as actual objects now. Dive time? Wait. Hang on, that had set times. Are we getting scheduling? Are we getting schedules? That'd be so cool. Oh god, look who it is. It's like, nah, let's get out of here. Can't deal with him no more. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh my, no. I saw a thing about this. You have to be, wait. Eliminations, romantic competition. So there's like, you can have like getaways where you can schedule things. So it's like, you have to do like contests. Oh, can we do like Squid Games? Oh, look. So that must be the sort of effect that's on the plumbob when you're, what? Okay, that's fun. Wait, design your own. Oh my god. So the possibilities are endless then. Sim it and see. What? Okay, so we got gameplay trailer like next week, and the usual. Okay. Wow, okay. I'm sorry there's no music, but I just don't want to get copyrighted because I know that would definitely be a thing. I wish the Sims team would use like non-copyrightable sounds, like music and stuff, because there is stuff they could use so that we will be able to do it. But I know when I've done a live stream in the past, I have got copyright strikes on them, which is fine, but I don't want to risk losing videos. So this is cool. Is it kayaking or canoeing or both? I don't do the sport. I've done it once with my mum in there, and we literally went around in a circle, and then I nearly grabbed a hold of a snake that was sitting on the side, and I have been traumatized, so I never will do this again. But that is so cool. Another water sport, but obviously it'll be good for like Sulani. Actually, that would be really good for Sulani, so you don't have to like take a super fast jet or a really big boat. You could just take a little canoe and go out. This is insane. So it's outside, because over here you can see, I thought it was like a cave maybe, but then we got like loads of jellyfish under here as well, which jellyfish can sting you. So would that possibly be a new death? Just kidding. But that is cool. And you can fish here as well as swim. So that's cool. Obviously we've got docks again. So this is kind of like a island living kind of thing here, I'd say. And then we've got spin classes, which look like maybe how they do the spa day sort of thing. So you maybe have like the instructor So maybe this is like the instructor bike, and then these ones you set up, or they set up themselves to join the session. Maybe that's how the system will work. And then we've got butterfly catching. So I guess rather than just going up to them like what you do in outdoor retreat and just scoop them and put them in the box, you'll catch them with a net maybe instead now. This is interesting. So definitely a watch out tower. She also looks like she's maybe wearing ranger clothes. So, and it looks very jungly over this side. So does that mean that we can be a ranger? But that is so cool. My question is, it does look like you can go up there. So can we get in here, or is this going to be a rabbit hole? But that's cool. This is really cool. So you've got like the geyser, natural hot spring areas and stuff. That looks so cool, like with all the, like, colors and like the vegetation at the back and the huge mountains as well. Oh, that might actually also maybe be like a new walk trail. I hope they add another one in, because that would be really cool. So you can maybe do like take photos in front of it and then maybe go on like a walk like around. But it looks like this bit is all fenced off, so maybe this is a public walkway. Maybe we'll have to see. So obviously the gameplay trailer will reveal a lot more, but they have shown us a lot of cool things, which, oh my word, what? Finally! How long has it taken for them to add that in? We also have a new diving board. I didn't even realise we just have a normal diving board as well. Like, I just skipped my mind because, like, I just don't even notice because of this slide. I got distracted. We actually have a normal diving board. Thank the gods. Honestly, that other one was so... like, I get it, but also, like, it just doesn't look great on a pool. But now this looks so cool, and I hope that they have, like, I guess there's a lot of colors for this slide, and I hope there's like some nice plain ones as well. I'm not overly sold by the full design of this bit, but obviously I'm so excited to actually have a slide into the pool finally. Hopefully it places okay. It looks like we've got new textures for roofing and everything, new windows. Obviously got the kayak or canoe just there. I guess it's canoe, I don't know, I think it's like different in different languages. I'm half asleep right now, I'm sorry. We have some new deck beds maybe, or they could actually be base game. I don't think there's much new stuff outside. I haven't really noticed too much new stuff, so I'm guessing it's a lot more heavily based on gameplay, though this looks new. So my question about the imaginary friend, when the Sims in the Sims 3 you had to like build your relationship up with them, and then you could have them become a imaginary friend, which looks like the same thing is happening here, where they come to life. And I'm hoping they're doing it so that when you click off your sim, anyone else cannot actually see the doll alive, so that it just look like they're talking to themselves. And I'm hoping they carry that on as well, because I really love the feature that the imaginary friend was something that only your child could see, and they had to build that relationship up in order to be able to have them actually come to life. And then obviously there was a way you could turn them into a real human, and they become a part of your family and everyone can see them, and then they grow up in your family and grow up with your sim. I'm hoping they've carried that on. Obviously they've done it so that they have the doll and then the doll comes to life, but I'm hoping that the imaginary friend is like, it's invisible to everybody else but the sim it is tagged to, but the sim that it is actually attached to. And also I hope there's a way to bring them to life as a real sim, like what Patchy does. I'm really hoping they keep that feature, because that was one of the things I actually kind of liked about these. So obviously that is so cool. Okay, there is so many kids here as well. That is so cool. So obviously they have a lot of kids, so they're like obviously like, let's send them off to camp. Excuse me? Like camp. So the kids can just go to camp and you can follow them just as kids to camp. I think if that is true, I'm in love with that, because we don't really have much to do with kids. Teenagers, obviously you can follow them to high school and everything, and then university and then so on, but with the kids you can't really do that. So the idea of being able to have like a summer camp or something would be so cool. I'm hoping it doesn't affect their grades or anything. And the fact that there's a slide here, can we talk about that? Like a slide just standing on its own. They've really gone all out on the slides. I mean, it's about time, to be fair. We really needed some more sort of outdoor equipment for the kids. So I'm really happy to see that. There looks like a couple of chairs and that may be over here. Over here is the archery, so it does look like it is kind of you stand here and shoot here, which I figured that would be a thing anyway because it was in previous games. So we got paper airplanes. This was what I was interested in. This is what I saw and I was like, oh my god. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon recently. They've now done it so that they can play that game. I forget what it's called, but obviously they can collect all of the little cards and then they can add them into the machine, and they could only do them on like the one on the floor, but now they've actually made it so they could play it on the TV together, which I think is so cool, and it looks so much like Pokemon. I know it's not, I know it's based probably on Pokemon, but I'm just in love with that. Also, new doll, or is that another imaginary friend, question mark? Maybe. We've got fans, arts and crafts table. We've got another arts and crafts table. Oh, see, there might be multiple of these imaginary friends, so I'm glad about that. I wouldn't have thought they'd only made one, to be fair. We've got loads of new artwork. We've got some more shelving units, and also maybe a new bunk bed as well. And then obviously we've got this kid with his imaginary friend right there. So turn into an imaginary friend, and then they immediately turn into one, which is really cool. But when we go to this next scene, so he turns it into an imaginary friend, right? But then in the next scene she comes over, he is playing with the doll. So I don't know about that. And then obviously then again standing behind him. So maybe to other Sims he's just playing with the doll, but actually the Sim is there. And I'm not a huge fan of the design, but as long as there's different designs for the doll, I'm happy with that. So the doll's on there again. So I'm a bit confused as to, you know, like what and this. What? And it's customizable. That is what gets me. Fully customizable and looks absolutely incredible. So we've got tunnels, we've got the climb up, we've got the slides, obviously you've got like all of the different heights and everything, got the ladder. I'm hoping they've got some pre-made ones because but also the fun colors as well, so we can actually have parks with full jungle gyms on. And look at this slide, like curly slide. Got like this bit. What else have we got? Looks like that is, I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 things different maybe, but it looks awesome. And I'm loving like the wood texture as well on here, and like all of the vibrant colors to kind of make it different. And then if you want it in your house, you can just of course have it as a natural color. He's got the teddy with him again. I wonder if it, so there's okay, so it looks like the teddy goes with him everywhere. Maybe it like sits next to him, and then when you go onto that sim, that doll isn't actually there, and then the imaginary friend is kind of roaming around, because every scene is different. So when it's on him, like when we're looking at what he's doing, the doll is there, but when we look away, the doll is doing its own thing. So that's interesting. Rock, paper, scissors as well. I love that. So this is very heavily for children, I would say. Most of this gameplay looks like it is tailored to children, and I'm okay with that because I feel like young adults and adults have a lot of content, whereas every other generation kind of lacks in all of that kind of thing. So I'm kind of glad to see that the kids are getting what they deserved. So obviously rock, paper, scissors is coming, and I do have a mod for that, so it's gonna be sad to remove that. But also hide and seek, I love that. Love that, love that, love that. I can feel like playing through as an infant all the way to child and then really exploring all of this. And again, I feel like this really isn't safe. Now they are standing near here, so maybe you still have to be in a certain area in order to do this. I don't think they could just pick up a bow and arrow and then walk off and just do it wherever. So he's also got like plasters all over his legs as well, like when he fell over or something. That's kind of interesting detail. We got some new hairstyles and everything, and then of course he grows up. Does that change, or is that exactly the same? It was just the way they did it. Oh, okay, it just added in the background. So he grows up and then he becomes a camp director. So So is this like another get to work career where we actually go there and do everything, which I think is cool. But then it's like, if it's summer camp, is it gonna last for 1 day or more? Also, how many kids does this family have? And all these new hairstyles, I'm in love with them. Oh, okay, hang on. We're gonna have to go back again because I didn't notice. But there is an imaginary friend down here, another doll. So I think there's at least 3 versions of this doll. There is so much clutter all over the floor. There's new paintings, maybe a new TV. That's definitely new as well, which I think is really cool. You got like, oh, maybe that's like a archery trophy or something. Obviously arts and crafts all over the table. I think we have that before. Maybe not. Maybe some strawberries. Kids are fighting in the background. Oh gosh. Kids are fighting in the background. Revive and thrive. So this is probably more of a like get away from it and do you kind of vacation. So obviously go competitive. So I'm guessing that's like new things. So spin classes at 9 AM. And then weights, free weights are at 12. And then she's going for dive time at 3. And then, which, wow, that looks so cool. And, oh, I didn't even notice, again, the dive board. New dive board. One off the floor. That is so cool. Oh, and the A house. But the dive board off the, that is like a proper competitive dive board. That is so cool. And someone was clapping for her as well. I'm guessing that the Smoothie Makers is new. Definitely, because they've advertised that a couple of times now and she's kind of done it when she's gone away. So obviously Don LaFaro is really trying his hardest right here to win the Calientes over, and they're like, yeah, new. So we have the Love Highland, which I guess is like Celebrity Love Island, which I think is kind of funny that they're doing this kind of thing. So obviously you have all your contestants. So creative skills contest, elimination. So I guess the challenge modifier would be maybe set up as like maybe the holidays are, and then you'd kind of choose and pick which one you want to do, or maybe shuffle for it, and then they have to do something, and then we have an elimination, and then that sim gets booted out, because that seems to be what happens. So romantic competition, sort of like elimination. So obviously they're getting along great, they're getting along great, and then Don's all by himself, so he gets eliminated and put hopefully it doesn't mean eliminated. So this house is crazy insane. Like the fact that you can really add this stuff anywhere is really cool. So we've got new bonfires as well. Punching bag down there, obviously the cowbell plant. So obviously like they've used this as like a walkway area to get around. We've got a pool on the upper floor with a huge diving board, and then you walk up and slide down. I mean, that would be really cool to have that in like an area where the kids have only access or something. I think that would be really cool. That they do have a bonfire on a roof, which I don't know how good that is. Loving all the fun colors as well, though I probably won't build a house like that myself. The colors do really look so cool. And then obviously design your own getaways as well. So that's like obviously the pancake house. So that's really cool. I love the idea that you can just go wild and do whatever you wanted to do. Like they've literally done pancakes, and then I guess you come here to cook and bake, which is cool. Obviously you got really nice area over here, new woohoo location as well. Okay, there is so much in this pack that we haven't even probably seen properly yet, because obviously the gameplay trailer is out on the, I think it said the 10th of September, so that's only 5 days away from now, which is insane. And then the 2nd of October is when this actually releases. You do only have until November 13th to get the bonus content, but at least this time they're not like, oh my god, I need those kind of things in my game, why do I have to buy it early kind of things. Like in the Parenthood one that we had, or the Generations kind of one we had, they had like one of the toddler back carriers as like locked behind content, which I don't really agree with, but at least these items are not like, oh no, I've missed out on these if you don't get them, so that's good. Still don't really agree with doing that, because if people are going to buy it, they're going to buy it anyway. You don't need to tempt them to buy it. I mean, loads of people buy the packs when they come out. I know I do most of the time. I do find ways to get them maybe a bit cheaper, but I do buy them because I play with them straight away as they come out and make videos and stuff. So I'm excited for this pack. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the fact that the kids are actually getting so much more, and I feel like a gameplay with just focusing on children for once would be so nice, and like building up the relationship with the imaginary friend, and then trying to get that sim to branch away from the imaginary friend and make actual friends and go to camp. I think all of that kind of thing would be so cool, and then maybe having it like what they do in the story and have that child then become a camp director themselves, and then also just taking their family on vacations and kind of messing around with that kind of idea. But the fact that the possibilities are possibly endless with this is actually crazy, and that you could do like proper competitions and eliminations in just a getaway would be so cool. Like, people are gonna go crazy with doing like Love Island. Maybe you could do things like Squid Games or something crazy. Like, honestly, I cannot wait to see the gameplay trailer and see what kind of features this pack has, because I know they've kind of bragged about the fact that this pack is very expensive and it's probably gone over budget, which is good to hear. Hopefully that means they haven't held back on anything and they've added in a lot of content. Really glad to actually see the imaginary friends back. I know some people don't like them, but I always love the concept of the idea of them, that your child was always really lonely, so they turned to a doll, and then that doll came to life and only they could see the doll. I always loved that idea, that your sim looked like they were crazy talking to nothing when actually they were talking to their best friend, who then they made a potion for to turn into a real person, and then they became their sibling. And I just thought that was such a sweet idea, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they've kept that idea. Yes, I love the idea that the actual imaginary friend comes to life, but I really hope they've kept the same aesthetic from Sims 3, and I don't care if it's copy and pasting, because I want them to have the imaginary friend. Imaginary friends are supposed to be something only that child can see, so as long as no one else can see it and they can come back to life for real, I'd be happy. If they're just something that only that child can see, but they can't turn into a real sim, I'll be a bit disappointed, but I'd understand and I'd be okay with that. As long as they kept that whole gimmick from the first one, I'll be very happy about that. I also really do love archery. I dabble in it from time to time, so archery is something I have always wanted to see in the game. I am a bit disappointed that it seems to be locked to possibly children. I'm not sure. We haven't seen an adult wielding a bow from what I can remember seeing, so I don't know whether or not it's just a child activity. It would be kind of cool to have it as more of like a competition kind of thing for adults, because it is like a big thing in a lot of the shows I watch, like because I watch a lot of K-drama, they do a lot of archery and stuff, and I as I say, I love doing archery myself, so would be hopeful to see an adult play it in the gameplay trailer. I'm curious to see if there is scheduling, because it was interesting how it was saying spin class at this time, wait time at this time, dive time at this time. So does that mean you can set your own schedule for your sim that they will follow? Because that is actually something that is in Inzoi. So are they taking that idea and adding it into this pack so that you can schedule what your sim does, so you don't have to fully control them? And if that is a feature, I really don't know how that's going to work, because the sims like to stand idle so freaking often that I feel like if you fast forwarded, it would mess it up. But I guess we'll have to wait and see for the next trailer to see what happens. But thank you so much for joining me on this. Sorry if I rambled and kind of messed anything up. Hopefully I didn't go too crazy. I don't really have time to edit too much today, so I just want to get this video out and just kind of have my thoughts on it, and hopefully, I mean, this is literally like a raw reaction to me watching this trailer and talking about it, because I've fumbled over my words and everything. But the fact that we're getting slides, oh, finally, like, how old is this game now? And we didn't have a slide to go into a pool? Like, come on. And a normal dive board. I can't believe I didn't notice them before, but a normal dive board? Okay. I'll stop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely rest of your day or good night, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.